You ever notice how your legs just don't move like they used to? Maybe you can't stand as long at the kitchen counter without shifting from foot to foot. Or you climb a few stairs and suddenly you're winded. Or maybe, without even realizing it, you've started pushing yourself up with your hands just to get out of a chair. Some people say, well, that's just old age. But I'm here to tell you, that is not something you have to accept. You're not falling apart. You're not too old. You're not broken. What's happening is this: your body is sending a quiet message. It's saying, hey, I'm running low on what I need to keep these legs strong. And here's the best part: you can give it back. No gym required. No heavy workouts. With just a few small changes, in what you eat, how you move, and what nutrients you give your body, you can restore strength to your legs, even if you're 60, 70, or 80 years old. Let's talk about what's really going on. After age 60, many people notice their legs don't feel the same. They feel weaker, slower. Maybe you don't feel stable on uneven ground. Maybe your knees feel shaky after standing too long. Or you just don't have the same get up and go in your stride. But here's the truth: this isn't just about aging. It's not just how it has to be. It's your body responding to change and asking for help. And when you give it what it needs, your legs can feel strong again. Really? So what exactly is causing this weakness? Let's start with the foundation: food. You don't need to eat more, you need to eat smarter. Most older adults simply aren't getting enough of the nutrients that their muscles and nerves depend on. That's not because they're eating poorly, it's because our bodies become less efficient at absorbing key nutrients after 60. That means even if you eat the same foods you always have, you may still come up short. So let's focus on 3 powerful groups of nutrients that make the biggest difference for your legs. First up, protein, and not just any protein but the kind your body can actually absorb and use. These foods give your muscles the raw material they need to rebuild. Without enough protein, your body will struggle to maintain strength, no matter how much you stretch or walk. But protein isn't the full story. There's something even more essential that most people overlook: your nervous system. Your brain and nerves send constant instructions to your legs. If those signals are delayed or weakened, you'll feel shaky, slow, or unstable, even if your muscles are technically fine. So how do we support the nervous system? That brings us to the vitamin Bs, specifically B1, thiamine, and B12. Let's start with B12. This one is essential for nerve health, especially in your legs and feet. When you're low on B12, you might notice numbness or tingling in your legs, trouble balancing especially in the dark, a feeling like your feet aren't there when you step, muscle weakness that doesn't improve with exercise. Older adults are especially prone to B12 deficiency because the body becomes less efficient at absorbing it from food. That's why even people who eat meat or dairy regularly can still be low. Now let's talk about B1 or thiamine. If B12 is about nerve function, B1 is about muscle energy. You can think of thiamine as the fuel activator. It helps convert the food you eat into usable energy, especially in the muscles. If you're low on B1, you might feel constant leg fatigue, like your muscles are there, but not responding, sluggish when you walk like you're carrying bags of sand, drained after doing even small physical tasks. The good news? When older adults start supplementing with B1 and B12, even in low daily doses, they often notice changes within weeks. Legs feel lighter, balance improves, getting out of a chair feels easier. They can stand or walk longer without fatigue. Let me tell you a story that might sound familiar. Tom is 68 years old. He lives just outside of Austin, Texas. Used to be strong and active. Worked construction for most of his life. But in the past couple of years he started noticing something troubling. First it was the stairs. He'd get winded halfway up. Then it was the chair, needing both arms to push himself up. He started avoiding walks, long lines, even going to the grocery store. His legs felt like they just didn't belong to him anymore. He said, "I thought it was over. I really did. I figured this is just what happens when you get old." But Tom's son, a physical therapist, thought differently. He said, "Dad, let's try something easy first. Let's see what happens." And so they made 3 small changes. That's it. Just 3. First, they changed Tom's breakfast. Out went the toast and jam. In came 2 eggs, half an avocado, and a scoop of Greek yogurt. Plenty of protein, healthy fat, and just enough fuel to start the day right. Second, they added a simple supplement routine. Vitamin B1, thiamine, in the morning, a vitamin B12 around lunchtime, a vitamin D3 with dinner, and magnesium glycinate before bed. Nothing fancy. Nothing expensive. Just the basics taken consistently. And third, Tom did one thing before bed every night. He stretched his legs for 3 minutes. Nothing intense. Just light, slow movements, pointing toes, flexing ankles, lifting knees gently. He soaked his feet in warm water a couple times a week. And that was it. No gym. No squats. No 5-day exercise plan. Just food, vitamins, and kindness to his own body. 3 weeks later, Tom called his son. "Son," he said, "I walked up the stairs today and didn't even think about it. I just did it." It wasn't magic. It wasn't sudden. It was the power of slow, steady care, the kind we often forget our bodies still respond to even after 60, 70, 80 years. And Tom isn't alone. Thousands of older adults are discovering that they don't need to feel broken. They just need to be supported in the right way. Maybe that's you. Maybe your legs have felt unreliable for a while. Maybe you've silently worried, is this just how it's going to be from now on? Let me say this as clearly as I can. This is not the end. This is not decline. This is your turning point. Your legs are still capable. Your muscles are still listening. Your body is still ready to rebuild, if you give it what it needs. And no, it doesn't have to be hard. You don't have to lift weights. You don't have to become a yoga expert. You don't have to count calories or take 10 different pills. You just have to start with a few small, thoughtful changes. A protein-rich breakfast. 3 key vitamins, B1, B12, D3. A little magnesium at night. A stretch before bed. A warm soak. A pillow under your calves while you sleep. These tiny acts send a message to your legs. You are not forgotten. We're working together now. And your legs? They'll respond. With strength. With steadiness. With confidence. One quiet day at a time. So if you've been wondering why your legs feel weaker, now you know. It's not just age. It's not just wear and tear. It's a mix of silent, reversible changes inside your body, changes you can do something about. And if you've been waiting for a sign to begin, this is it. Because what matters most isn't your age. It's that you decide today to move forward with care. To support your body instead of pushing or punishing it. To choose nourishment, not neglect. Because no matter how long it's been, you can come back to strength. And every step you take toward that, even the smallest one, is a victory. So take the first step. Eat that breakfast. Stretch those legs. Give your body what it's been asking for. And tomorrow, just walk. Just move. Just live.